Well, I'm excited and I'm sad.
Okay.
I'm excited because we're trying to help someone who's been left and abandoned. And I'm sad because she was abandoned.
Okay.
And no fault of hers. She's only a victim because she has a Nigerian father and South African mother.
But now that's where the bone of contention is, because based on, again, it's Africa we're looking at. And this is a situation that how we respond would say a lot about how we react to things on a larger level, on a more dynamic level, I would say. Now, her mum, according to the Home Affairs Department, is South African with a Mozambican descent. But then there is that clause of identity theft, and that's where the bone of contention is. Of course, she has absolutely nothing to do with that. But did this come up at any point in time while you made that decision to invite her to join Miss Universe?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I had a discussion with her, and she said that was being investigated, and I found out there was absolutely no claim whatsoever to that story.
Okay.
She is South African. Her mother is South African.
Wow. This is really, this is crazy.
It's a bit twisted.
So let me get this straight.
So I think it's a case of she was going so well in the pageant. They wanted to get her out and use any opportunity to get her out. That's how I see it.
Now, one of the major words that has come up in this entire situation is xenophobic backlash.
Yes.
Those are words that have really been emphasized in this entire situation. And it was hard to use those words because at the time there was no confirmation whatsoever as to whether there was any truth to the identity theft. But now looking at it on the basis of you've spoken to her 2 days ago and she says that case has been dropped.
That's what I was told.
We can go back to the conversation.
I don't have anything on paper, but I was told that.
Did you speak to her mum?
No, spoke to her personally.
But is she in touch with her mother?
Yes, she is, and her father.
And her father,
yeah.
And they
live in South Africa.
And they're well aware that she had that conversation with you, saying that the case had been dropped.
I don't know.
That's.
I don't know.
You have to help me, Guy.
I don't know.
Because we're trying to. Here's another thing. Miss Universe Nigeria is a pageant on its own. Do you think that by getting involved with this, without being 100% certain that that case has been dropped, it might in any way affect the pageant and its integrity?
No. She has a Nigerian father. She is a dual citizen. She has a Nigerian passport. Makes her a Nigerian as well as South African. Based on the fact she's a Nigerian is all I'm looking after.
Okay.
She's a Nigerian because of her father. And he's from Enugu State. Okay. They live in South Africa. And she's 23 years old. The last time she was in Nigeria was when she was 3 years old. And yes, but she has roots in Nigeria. She has family in Enugu. She has family in Lagos. Her mother's family is in South Africa. I don't know beyond that. I'm not in her family to understand all those things, but I can tell you what I'm told. She tells me her family is in SA. And I just feel she was victimized because her only crime is being half Nigerian and half South African, if you ask me. And that's where the xenophobia comes in.
Is this something that you feel personally, like you feel personally acquainted with, that particular story? Because the first thing you said when I asked you was that you were saving someone.
Exactly.
And that sounds like something that really, really meant a lot to you.
Yeah, because you cannot let a Nigerian woman, no matter where she's at in the world, you cannot have a fellow Nigerian and not save that person. You got to save someone in distress. She's been kept in a silo, and they want to put a lid over the silo. That means she can't get out of it. That's stifling.
They're going to put her there?
When I mean silo is that they put her in a tiny space and nothing to do.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, so we need to give her this great opportunity. Nigeria is an open field. We don't discriminate. We don't have xenophobia in Nigeria. We don't practice that here. After all, when you look north, you have people from Niger Republic, Chad, coming in here, mixed with the Hausa, they migrate to the south, blend in. Who knows who's who? We're all mixed somehow. We're all mixed in Africa somehow. Why do we want to practice that there in South Africa?
Would you have a different thought if after all of this it was discovered that maybe there was some case of identity theft?
Even if that were the case, that wouldn't be her problem.
Yeah.
Because she was born in South Africa, innocently, to a Nigerian father, South African mother. I'm not going to be responsible for the parents. We're only looking out for a Nigerian girl who has a Nigerian father, and we want to promote in Nigeria. That's all we're looking after.
Now, what do you have to say to people who feel like this is a little unfair to the other contestants, and there might be some level of bias based on the fact that this is already a story? So what are the odds that the others stand a chance to still come out on top?
Well, let's put it this way. We had 24 beautiful ladies who were selected to participate in the Miss Universe Nigeria. We closed this 2 weeks ago. This came up on Friday. We reached out through press release. We spoke on the telephone on Friday. She agreed to go through the same process as the other girls. This was an extraordinary case. Yes, we reached out with an olive branch. It was an extraordinary case, and said, would you like to participate? I reached out to the national director of South Africa, Miss South Africa, who happens to be a friend of mine. And it has nothing to do with the organization, by the way, in Miss South Africa. It had to do with the government. The organizers were fine with her. The government were the ones after her. So let's separate issues here now.
Okay.
I have nothing wrong with Miss South Africa organization, because they were very transparent and they were very sympathetic towards her. But the government was not nice towards her.
Yeah.
Now, we gave her this olive branch to participate in our pageant. Since she's half Nigerian and she has a Nigerian passport. And she went through the whole screening process like every other girl that took part, that's participating. And we found her fit to participate in our pageant. Now, you say, would she be advantaged over the others?
Yeah, would there be some level, because, I mean, there are conversations around a level of unfair advantage that could possess.
Naturally, people will feel that way. But it's funny, the same day we had the press release, the girls in the pageant were going to send me a petition to say, could we include this young lady, Chidimma from South Africa, into our pageant? So it wasn't just us thinking that way. The girls were thinking that way.
Okay.
So I must give kudos to the 24 delegates who were reaching out to her to say, come and join us in Nigeria. It's our sisterhood.
Amazing.
Yeah.
To think about it. I mean,
so it's not a case of we just wanted her. No, the girls were aware of it and they wanted her to come join.
You know, I love what she said about the fact that whatever the case may be, she had nothing to do with that.
She had nothing to do with it.
And this is a girl who's now basically the center of a lot of attention.
Worldwide attention.
Worldwide attention, and we are trying to make a statement here. Now, speaking to that statement, what are we trying to tell the world about us Nigerians with this move? Here
comes some positive for Nigeria, right? We're a united nation. Nigeria is a united nation. We care for one another. We look out for our brothers and sisters, no matter where they are. That's what we stand for. Nigeria is not all what they say we are. At the end of the day, look at what we're doing today. We're bringing up the girl from the pits into Nigeria.
You know, it's interesting and ironic, I would say, that, again, the creative industry is setting the stage for for other industries in Nigeria to follow. Because we do have a lot of industries where there's a lot of strife, there's a lot of turmoil, there's a lot of division. But with the creative space, I always find that we always find a way to bring ourselves together. So
that's true.
That's a big one.